Hey, welcome into this week's Chug and Chant. Cousin Randy coming to you after the final game of the season. That means someone has a big pick coming up. Someone's on the clock, and that's who I'm going for. Let me get this chug in, and then we'll chant. All right, Chicago, I'm looking at you. You got a new GM. And you got a new coach now. You got the number one pick because the Texans screwed themselves. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up for Justin Fields. You're already quoting that you might start looking at a new QB. Don't do that. Don't do that. This isn't Caleb Williams. This isn't Trevor Lawrence. Justin Fields is great. Don't mess with this guy. Go get him some weapons. Go get him an offensive line, a solid defense. Don't mess this up for Justin Fields. Trade down. Get some picks. You got the most cap space in the league, too. Don't mess this up. This guy's special. Breaking records, running all over the place. You get him a couple solid weapons, he's going to turn into a good thrower. Watch him. Chicago, you're on the clock now. Everyone's looking at you. Don't mess this up. But I'm afraid you're going to. Because you're Chicago, you got bad owners, you're known for your defense, you don't know how to draft, you're trading for Chase Claypool? He's a bust. Why are you giving up fourth rounders for him? I'm worried and I'm scared for you, Justin. So Chicago, you better get this right or else burn it all down. G-Man, T-Money, what do you think? Chicago, do they have a chance to mess this up? Should they get a QB? Give me your thoughts.
Oh, Randy, really bringing it there, Randy.
Yeah.
I agree with him. Go get Justin some weapons, Randy. I agree with you, man. I'm afraid they're going to mess it up too, T-Money.
Yeah. I'm intrigued, man. I heard somewhere today. What do you think about this? Okay, they got the most cap space in the league, so they could do something like this. Lamar for Justin Fields, straight up. Pay Lamar his fully guaranteed deal. The Ravens get to start over with Lamar Jackson light. I mean, that's a spicy little trade, and then you still you still got the draft picks. You can go build out that team. I'd be interested.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I kind of like that. That is kind of, I think, a benefit to both teams right there.
Yeah, but hey, I'm not opposed to them trading Justin Fields as well. Bryce Young is special. The guy, I know he's not an all-timer, but if you don't think Justin Fields can be the guy, you could get a first rounder from him from the Texans or the Jets. There's some very quarterback hungry teams. Seattle will ship you a first rounder. They'll probably ship you both their first rounders for Justin Fields.
What kills me about the Bears is, and I watched that press conference or pieces of it. The Bears had their postseason press conference yesterday, and just watching those guys, there doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency in that team. And I'm thinking about the last 2 years. They're losing games all over the place. And I just can't believe the Bears are not more urgent about fixing this.
Yeah. They're becoming kind of a joke of a franchise when, they used to be just a staple. Nobody has the Bears as a top tier team anymore. And, in the 80s, 90s, they were just known for their incredible defense and solid run game. And, then they had Jay Cutler and Matt Forte, which were solid with Lovie Smith. Right. And they're becoming a joke.
And yes, they have a lot of cap space and they have some draft picks, but are they going to, like Randy said, they're going to mess it up? I don't care what you have coming. I want to see you start getting results, man. This is the Chicago Bears. They have to pull this off and get it back on track. They have the worst record in the NFL.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
They lost 10 straight. 10 straight games they lost.
That is crazy. So, yeah, I'm open to anything, honestly. Do what you think is best, but make a move, man. Make a move, because if you don't get multiple draft picks out of this draft, I think you made the wrong decision. If you don't trade down with Houston and get both their first, or trade down with Seattle, get both their first, you got to make a move here. You either stick them with Justin Fields and get a shit ton of draft capital for trading out a first, or you trade Justin Fields for multiple firsts and you draft Bryce Young. I don't want to hear anything else. If they draft a defensive lineman first overall, they've wasted the value of that pick.
Well, you're a little more middle of the ground. I like Cousin Randy's point. Cousin Randy said Justin Fields is the guy, and he is the guy. Don't even hesitate, Bears. You stay with him.
He's shown flashes.
You sell that first pick to the Houston team that messed up. Sell that first slot. In fact, they could probably drop down. They could drop down right now.
Yeah.
Chicago, Indianapolis is the 4th pick. Chicago could sell that first pick. They let Indy and Houston bid on it. Chicago could drop down to the 4th pick and pick up Will Anderson from Alabama, or one of the top defensive players. They could use a defensive player, and there'll be one of them available at number 4.
Yep. Hey, I'll throw out a fun scenario for you here. I saw this one on Twitter. They trade down to 2 and get Houston's 2 first, which is 2nd and 12, I believe. And then they trade that 2nd pick to someone like Indianapolis or Seattle. All right. Indianapolis will give you a first next year. Will probably suck again. So then you'll be at 4 and you'll have 12 and next year, or you'll drop to 5 for Seattle and get their 25th pick this year. You'd have 3 first rounders. You do a trade with Houston first.
I love it.
Then you trade out a 2nd, then get 3 first rounders just for moving. And then you can make some big time decisions. You're still in the top 5, getting a defensive lineman out of that draft class.
And it all starts if you say, I'm set with Justin Fields. I don't need that number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want it. So you got a lot of value there, man, Chicago.